Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Onboarding to BailHQ. My name is Alex Kaufman, and I'm the CEO of BailHQ. So today we're going to be going through the clients page. So this is the page on the left-hand side here. This is where your clients will live. This is the new client feature. We're going to create a client, and we're going to basically look through the functionality that the new client onboarding page will provide. So let's get started. So clicking new client. Here we're just going to create, my name here, Alex Kaufman. We're going to create an example number. But functionality-wise, you've got first name, last name, suffix. You've got identity, so you can choose a mugshot here, date of birth, social security number, driver's license state. Aliases, email address, so alex@gmail.com. An address, so you could do 100 Planters Road, Sunnyvale, Texas, I guess, just the first one that drops down. You can set it as a primary or as a bad address, because of course some addresses go stale over time, but we'll select this as the primary address. You can list all kinds of demographics here, so male, in my case, white male, nationality in the United States, speaks English, place of birth, etc. Marital status, US citizen status, as well as physical description. Down here we have client details. And in this in particular, there's two elements here. One, there's a tag section, and there's a do not bond section. So for the tag section, you might want to create a tag for your clients for any number of reasons. They may be high risk. You may need monitoring for them. You may be worried about payment delinquencies, things like that. So for example, we'll do high risk. We'll make it red. So we can tag myself as high risk. In addition to that, you can also select do not bond. So if somebody's had multiple failure to appears, FTA, when you create the client, they come in. You can create them just so that they do not actually receive a bond and you don't create a bond, but we won't do that in this case. So that's done. Separately, which is worth mentioning, you can also add the employer if that's of interest. You can also add the vehicle. So if they have a vehicle and you want to just make sure you've got that for record keeping purposes, you can do that. In this case, though, we're not going to add this. We're going to remove those two fields. Now, coming on here, we've got a bond. Now, of course, in some cases, someone gets booked into jail and they actually don't have the bond yet. So obviously there's that case, but you can also remove it on the top right-hand corner here. The only thing that's actually required is just the name of the individual. But so in this case, we like to think we have every single charge in the state of Texas. So it's a drop down here. We're going to do a DWI, misdemeanor DWI. In this case, we're going to say that this is in Harris County, so the 113th District Court. If there's the wrong address here, if we've selected a court and there's the wrong address, let us know by searching for the address. If we don't actually have a court, click not found, and you can add, so like Harris County Court 1. You can actually add, you can create a short name, so Harris County Court 1, court type. There's lots of different kinds of courts, of course, court level, and then the address. So you can add courts if you'd like. So we're just going to do, as I said before, we're going to do a Harris County Court here. You can do the case number, the booking number. In this case, it's Harris County in the state of Texas. So as you're inputting the amounts, so let's say it's a $10,000 bond. Let's say for argument's sake, the premium is $100. A down payment was created, so $500. The payer was John Kaufman. The date was today. The method was cash or check. Let's do cash. Notes, payment by brother. So let's just, I don't have a brother named John, but if I did, let's just say that he paid my $500 down payment. In many cases, in many counties, there are different fees, and those fees are aggregated at the county level. There's also mandatory state level things. So what you can do here is you can create new fees. So for example, there are bond transfer fees. We'll just do like a bond transfer fee. Let's say you can do flat or percentage wise, but in this case, I think it's $10, but let's just add it here. You can create reasons for adding fees to an account, and we can customize these as you like to go. There's no trigger though, it's just be manual. We're just going to add this one time. So we're actually going to add a bond transfer fee here as well. In this case, we're going to add the arrest date, which will be Sunday, and it was posted on Monday. On the right-hand side here, you have the powers. Not everyone has powers when a bond is issued, of course. So you can, if you'd like, you can remove this, and it's not mandatory. But of course, you could do, power 1, 3, 2, 3. The insurance. There's of course lots of different kinds of insurers here, and we can add them if you don't have them. But in this case, we're actually going to. Actually, we will add it. The one other thing I want to add here is if you are adding this client for the purposes of using our phone application, you can set conditions. Now, these conditions are very, very important into understanding how much value our platform can actually provide for you. So by adding a condition, say you want to do an app check-in, all from here, you can say app mobile phone check-in. Require a camera photo. So in this case, the individual would have to send a selfie when they'd have to send a selfie when they check in. The frequency can be daily, weekly, or monthly. We're going to do daily. We're going to do 9 a.m. and then the end time is 5 p.m. Down here we have location. So there's, so in this case, it's going to be Harris County, Texas, and then you'll be able to view the map and see that Harris County, Texas is now covered. When they check in, they'll be able to check in, and you'll be able to see this on the map feature, which we'll get to later. You'll be able to see if they're inside the county or not automatically. The other thing is, if you'd like, you can create custom locations. So I'm going to move my little screen down here. So if you want, we can go into downtown Houston, and we can say geofence. We're going to say downtown. So we're going to add. We're going to add a section here. We're going to add a little section here, and this area is going to be the area where this is a geofence as well. So it's the geofence. Oh, I guess you can do a georadius as well. So we could do, for example, I'm going to click the map, Houston, and we're going to do 10 miles into downtown Houston. So georadius is probably a little easier in terms of like being able to design systems, but the georadius, we're going to do this. And so in addition to downtown Houston, we've also got a georadius. So Harris County, but in particular, we want them to be in downtown Houston. So we're going to add this condition. And so essentially what you're going to now see later on in these presentations is you're going to see that the people have to check in by phone. So we've got this now in a very similar way. We have the ability for people to be able to add indemnitors, so co-signers and things like that. So for example, in that example before, you have John Kaufman, my hypothetical brother, and we're going to give his phone number. It's going to be john@gmail.com. He has an address, etc. Reference, indemnitor reference, or indemnitor. So cosigner, indemnitor is the same thing. So that'll be the client relationship, date of birth, all the other relevant information. It's essentially exactly the same. You can also add his employer and his vehicle as well for reference. The final thing that I think will be of interest to people is the fact that you can add the first court date or the first bondsman meeting. If you'd like us to add more events, please let us know. Please call us and we'll do that. In this case, we'll do a court appearance, which of course we will make for next Monday. It'll be 9 a.m. And of course, it's at the 113th District Court, which we mentioned before. The judge is automatically pre-filled there. And then we'll make it 9 a.m. So we'll go to 9 a.m. here, set it, and we'll save it. So we're now going to create this client. Oh, the power date is required. So the user interface will actually come back and force you to finish correctly. So the client is now created. We're going to come back to the client page, and you're going to see the tag is now high risk with one active bond, no FTAs, was added on this date, with the next court date being May 11th. The last payment was the day that the client was added with a balance of $510. We click in here and you get to see the client profile. We haven't added a photograph, but you see you've got a balance, you've got the bond amount, you've got the court date, you've got the phone number, the email address, the physical address, the identity items, the actual court dates, the demographic information, the contacts, the addresses that they live at, the phone number, the client details, any staff notes, any files you'd like to upload, so any contracts, anything like that, and vehicle and employer information. So in this case, we can add more contacts from this page if you'd like. So, you're talking to John, he says, you should also talk to my mother. We can also add them here. If there is a contact, so for example, let's say Andrew Kaufman, my other brother, gets arrested and is put in here, you could actually link, you could click here and you could actually link Andrew to Alex, right? So there's a way to do that as well. But because only we have one client, we can't do it. You'll see it later though. Yeah, and of course you can also break this. So if John Kaufman decides he's no longer to be in the indemnitor, and there's a way for that to happen, you can unlink the account here. So I hope this makes sense. A couple of other things. You're able to print the list of all invoices, the payment history, and a recovery packet for a bounty hunter, all from here. I also want to briefly show you that now on the bonds page, the bond has now been registered here. You can view the bond, you can view the panel. We'll do this in a moment. But all of the other pages have now been updated because the client's been created. And of course, creating a client means that there's a knock-on effect down. Also, let's say Alex called and we'd like to check him in. You can search and he shows up right here. And the same thing, he did it by text message. When is his next scheduled check-in? His next scheduled check-in is on Monday, and you can add that check-in. You'll come to the command center here, and you'll realize that the next week, the court appearance shows up. Alex hasn't had any court preparation. There's an active bond. And so we can come down to check-ins as well. And we might have to refresh this. But yes, it shows today that Alex checked in today at 1:44 p.m. by text message. And it shows up here as well. Great. So that's the summary of our video, and that's a full client creation. Thank you so much, and we're looking forward to the next video. Thanks.